beware. Beware. This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio. And we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. Hey, good Wednesday morning, everybody. We're going to get up and going. Lines are open today. My voice is about giving out on me, so you can call toll-free anytime. 1-888-394-1430 on the east side, 394-1190. We are America's voice of freedom, and we stand very, very proud to be the Patriot. I hear East St. Louis. East St. Louis in the news once again. The teachers will be on strike tomorrow. And, it's kind of a catch-22 situation. You want to see the teachers make enough money because it's a valiant profession. It's an honorable profession. It's a profession that anybody with children would have to support. But you get some of these school districts, the teachers aren't the one making the big money. It's the administrators, it's the superintendent, it's the support staff, and the janitors, honorable profession, they have to make money. I don't know why this idiot, this Culver, he's out of Springfield. He makes $250,000. And you know whose boy that is? That's the senator. Foghorn, I say Buckwheat Claiborne's. That's his boy. And I don't say boy meaning black. I say boy because he has control of him. You know, when they took the oversight committee and took most of the responsibility away from School District 189 and the local leaders, and it was somewhat needed. But then they bring somebody down from Springfield who was politically aligned with the senator. And they do the same crap. They bring their people down from Springfield, give them the $150,000, $200,000 a year jobs. The children don't benefit from that. The children in School District 189 have been hurt, have been punished for no good reason. A lot of proud black people below the hill. They're no different than the proud white people above the hill or all throughout this country. They want fairness and freedom, as we all do. The gentleman yesterday, the idiot out of Creve Coeur, said, I didn't know what black people want. Black people want to live. They want to live comfortably. They want to have a nice home. Well, wait a minute. That's the same thing the white folks want. Same thing the Hispanic folks want, the Asian folks. So I don't want to hear that crap. We all want fairness in our lives and freedom in our lives. And School District 189 has always been a debacle. It's not an educational system in School District 189. It's a political system. That's where all the committeemen that have jobs, the good committeemen, the bad committeemen who don't produce much election time, they don't get the good jobs. But that needs to have a stop put to it. But now it's so late in the game, I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know what the teachers at School District 189 make. I'm sure it's not a fortune. They're on strike because they don't have a contract. And people will say, those teachers better get back to work. But just remember, if you were in that same position, you'd want fairness. And I think that's all the teachers of 189 want, is some financial fairness. Now, I hope the teachers don't go overboard. They said there hasn't been a contract for over a year. And I don't want to chastise the teachers because I don't know all that much about the operations of School District 189, other than it's a political operation. It's not an educational operation. Everybody knows that. These no-count, low-life, good-for-nothing bastards in Belleville, they don't give a damn about the poor black community. They don't give a damn about the children not getting a good education down in East St. Louis because they don't want them to get a good education. Kern, sweet cakes, Kern, God Sprague, Mark Eckert, all John Red on the noodle like a pecker on the Poodle Bear Civic. They want to keep the proud black community down on the plantation. And I'll tell you, for the last 20, 30 years, they've done a great job. They deserve an A. We'll give them an A for keeping the proud black people down. Because they know. I've had friends that moved out of East St. Louis that got out of that political hellhole, moved to Swansea, moved to O'Fallon, moved even to Belleville. You know what they say? I'm not voting for all these bastards anymore. And that's the problem. Think about it, people. If the proud black man or lady from East St. Louis, a good Democrat, they move up to Belleville, Shiloh, why do the East St. Louis Democrats give a damn? Why does the St. Clair County Democrats give a damn? Because they're still a Democrat. No, they're not. When they get off that plantation, either because of a job, maybe they won the lottery, something happened where they've got some financial resources given to them, they get out of East St. Louis. And East St. Louis at one time was the best place in the world to live. I think just about everybody in St. Clair County, I don't care if you live in Millstadt, Freeburg, St. Laborie, O'Fallon, I think we all have some connections, family, friends, otherwise, from East St. Louis. I think we're all inbred in that way. When I mean East St. Louis, I mean below the hill, Washington Park, Centerville, Allerton. But these guys in Belleville, and it's hurting not just the black community, it's hurting the white community. You've heard me say, I want everybody, black, white, Hispanic. This is America. We should have the opportunity. That's the operative word. We should have the opportunity. Do you hear me? The opportunity to be successful. We all, no matter what color, should have the opportunity to get a good job, the opportunity to be successful in that job, the opportunity to work hard so you can support your family, the opportunity to stand tall as a proud man, a proud woman, not black, not white, not Hispanic, but a proud American, that you can take care of your family. Do you know whenever they take that right away, they take the manhood out of the man, they take the womanhood out of the woman. But that's what they want. That's what the St. Clair County culture of corruption, the St. Clair County Democratic Central Committee, that's what these bastards want. It's not fair. It's not fair to the black or the white community. It's not fair to the black community because they deserve the opportunity. Now, if they don't take that opportunity, then the hell with them. If the white guys don't take that opportunity, then the hell with them. But give everybody the same opportunity and let the chips fall where they may. On the backside of that, I don't want, and it's not a black-white thing, there's a lot of poor people who can't get a job. But I want to see everybody have a job so I don't have to take some of my tax dollars and support them. Now, I support people above and below the hill. I give them money to eat. I've got no problem with that. But I don't want to make that the norm where we're always supporting these people because I want to see them benefit. I want to see them be proud of who they are. St. Clair County Democratic Central Committee, they have taken the black community and in essence somewhat destroyed it down below the hill. There's no hope for the proud black people below the hill. We talked yesterday, Carl Officer. there's a draft to run him for coroner. The Democrats knew that. They were going to run a white guy. But, oh, no, they're not going to run a white guy because a lot of the blacks below the hill know Carl Officer, know what he's done, know the good job he's done. He's helped them with their funeral arrangements. So the Democratic culture of corruption in St. Clair County, in their wisdom, let's get a black guy. So they got a black guy. But I think that's going to backfire on them because I think the people of St. Clair County now, they're not going to have the opportunity to vote for a white guy. It's going to be black on black, and that's how they divide and conquer. But the candidate they have, a nice guy, Calvin Dye, he's been stepping and fetching for him for the last 15, 20 years. Every job he's had has been a give-me job through the government. And we need government employees, but we don't need them sucking a pension and then getting their same money back like Calvin Dye did. But see, that's the Democrats in Belleville. They want to divide and conquer. They didn't ask anybody. And for you people that aren't political, you may not understand part of this, but it's a respect thing. Sprague, Kern, Vericivic, the leaders, and I use that term very loosely. I want to apologize to the real leaders of our country and our community. They didn't go down below the hill and say, Mr. Greenwood, Mr. Powell, East St. Louis Democratic Committee, who would you like to run for coroner? Because you guys give us all kind of votes. You put us in office. We want to respect you. We're going to give you the opportunity to pick your candidate. They didn't do that. They gave those guys a call. And they said, here's our candidate for coroner, Calvin Dye Sr. He's been on the plantation. We know we can control him. That's who we want. Whenever Bill Clay, the son of the illustrious chief of police, that no-count, low-life, good-for-nothing piece of crap, when Bill Clay wanted to be a judge, the boys in Belleville told him to go down to East St. Louis and talk to the black community because, see, Bill Clay Jr. is black. So Bill Clay Jr., never a part of the Democratic organization, never did anything to bolster the Democratic organization in St. Clair County, never gave anything of substance to the St. Clair County Democratic organization, goes down below the hill and says, will you guys be for me because I'm black? He's only black in color, in skin color. They've trained him. The white boys have trained another plantation Negro. And I don't want to piss off the proud black community. And when I go down to East St. Louis, Washington Park, Centerville, they thank me. Bob, thank you for distinguishing me, a proud black person, as opposed to a plantation Negro. They thank me. And that's not a racial statement. That's a real statement. The boys in Belleville, they control 4 or 5 or 6 blacks who control the whole black community. Now I'm running against Eddie Jackson. It's going to be racial down in East St. Louis. It's going to be that crazy white boy. But this crazy white boy has done more for the black community, more for the white community than Eddie the Gerbil Jackson will ever do. Eddie drives around in his Cadillac, paid for by us. Eddie's a big shot in Springfield, paid for by us. He's never been, now he's going to go to Freeburg, to Millstadt, to Muscuda. That's the legislative district. He's going to be on the run. And that's what we need to do, people. We need to let everybody, all these political bastards, these inbred political bastards, know that we're coming after them. Now, I would tell all the good people, I think you need to wipe the slate clean. And once you do, in 4 years, if the people you put in don't do what you want them to do, the bosses, then get rid of those son of a bitches, including me. Nobody should have a 30, 40, 50-year run in public office, sucking, and I mean sucking at the public trough, like John Red on the Noodle, like a pecker on the poodle, Baricivic, the chief judge. But see, Baricivic's a pretty good guy. Baricivic's intelligent. Baricivic knows when he comes down below the hill Most people say, what's that person's name? What's that person's name? Because we don't know everybody we meet and talk to, especially in the political arena. They know who you are, who I am if we're running, but we don't remember every name. But Bear Civic won't have to. All Bear Civic's got to do is say Rufus. He thinks every black man is named Rufus. You heard him with Elliot Davis, and that's his true colors, people. That's his true colors. You remember when Kern ran against Steve Reeve, a great guy, Steve Reeve, a wonderful man. Just about beat the culture of corruption. If he'd had an organization, he would have beat him. It's on federal tapes. They were doing a sting. In the black community, the black leader said, hey, we can't be for Kern. He's perceived as a racist down here. And then some gentleman, won't mention his name, from up in the heavens, that'll be the clue. Well, whatever it takes, we'll send more money down. So they send $40,000, $50,000 down in $5 and $10. Now that's, if you pay people for working a precinct, you give them $100, $150. You give them $100, a couple 10s, and a couple 20s maybe. You don't give them all 5s and 10s. You know why that $5s and $10 bills were taken below the hill. We all know. But they perceived Mark Sweet Cakes Kern to be a racist at that point. You think it's gotten any better? Hell no, it hasn't. But see, these guys are on the run politically. They get 30% of the vote for the Democrats. It's just about, I think there's more Republican persuasion in St. Clair County than there is Democrat. You see what's happening in Madison County. They've got 2 or 3 Republican elected officials, and they keep the Democratic elected officials' feet to the fire. And that's what we need to do here in St. Clair County. The one question I'll ask you, is your lives better after 5, 10, 20, 30 years of Democratic leadership in St. Clair County? Now, there'll be about 5% that'll say, oh, yeah, I got a job. My sister's got a job because my Uncle John Bear Civic or my Uncle Mark Sweet Cakes Kern or my Uncle God Sprague got us all jobs. Yes, it's going to be better for 5 or 10%. But what about the 90, 95%? The rest of us? It's not going to be better for us. And if you think they're going to change after 30, 40, 50 years, you guys are crazier and a bigger idiot than I am. And that takes a lot. That takes a lot to be a bigger idiot than me. But if you guys believe that, I'm putting you to the top of the idiot list. And it's not a black-white thing. It's a wrong or right thing, and it's wrong what these bastards been doing. Here's Bear Civic. And Bear Civic, when you do it, there's going to be a suit filed against you judges. They're circumventing the state constitution. They should run for retention. They're not going to run for retention. They've done such a bad job. They'll never get 60% of the vote for retention. That's an insult to everybody in the 20th Judicial Circuit. We all know that. We know what they're doing. It's the pink elephant in the room. You've heard me 1,000 times. It's the pink elephant in the room, and you can live with that. But when the son of a bitch pink elephant drank a case of beer and ate a gallon of chili the night before, and he starts passing that political gas, you can't ignore that. And in 2016, I think the good people of St. Clair County, they're not going to be able to ignore what's went on for the last 30, 40, 50 years. Now they can say it's going to get better. They could have taped that conversation and that political speech in the 50s. It's going to get better. More jobs, safer streets, lower taxes. This son of a bitch has been lying to us for 30, 40, 50 years, and you know it. I own property in Centerville. The property market is down. The income's down. But guess what? My property taxes are up 17%, and your property taxes are going to be up 10, 15, 20%, unless you're with the culture of corruption. And we've got people watching that as we speak. Just remember, people, it's time for a change. And I know that's an old cliche. People say it's always time for a change. but it's like a baby that crapped in his pants. It really is a time for a change. It's time to change the baby's crappy diapers, and it's time to change the crappy leadership in St. Clair County, the leadership that we call the St. Clair County Democratic Central Committee, the St. Clair County culture of corruption. Remember, an R behind your name in a county election, in a city election, a D behind your name, an I for independent behind your name means nothing. It's the person, not the political party they're associated with. Let's get past that. Oh, you got to be a Democrat. You got to be a Republican. No, you got to be qualified, and you got to be a public servant, not a politician. You got to be a servant, not a politician. Remember that. Let's get to our housekeeping. We're going to take a quick break after that, and then we're going to Cahokia with this idiot, this Rich Duncan. We're going to expose that no good son of a bitch. And hey, Sugar Britches, Alvin Parks, you idiot. He buys 3 new cars, and we'll talk about that. He got on the air and actually said that the impoverished people, the less fortunate people in East St. Louis want to see him and the mayor and the TIF director drive around in a new car. And he actually said that with a straight face. The local Shriners, the Belleville Shrine Club, great group of gentlemen. There's a screening clinic for an orthopedic conditions for young children. It's going to be held from 9 to 11 a.m. Saturday, October the 3rd at Memorial Hospital, 4500 Memorial Drive in Belleville. It's free screening. Everything's free. What a great organization with great people giving their time and money for such a caring cause. If you have any questions or concerns, you can call 618-444-9050. AmVets Post 51 at 5100 Lakeview Drive in Granite City. Their turkey shoots every Sunday until November the 22nd from noon until dusk. You can contact, if you have any questions or concerns, 618-931-3706. The Alzheimer Association, the St. Louis chapter, hosting their first walk to end Alzheimer's in Belleville on Saturday, October the 10th. It's Swick College. All the surrounding communities are invited. If you have any questions or concerns, want to help the people, want to be involved in the walk, you can call 314-801-0416. American Legion Post 1255, located at 201 Eiler Road, will host a meat shoot Sunday, October the 4th. Starting at noon, shoot and wheel rounds, raffle, and free food. Come and support our veterans. Any questions or concerns, 538-5445. Haunted Trail, every night from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. It's nightly. It's from October the 23rd, 24th, and 30th. It says groups welcome. It's out of Trenton, Illinois, and we'll get to that a little bit later in the season. St. Michael's School in a great little town of Staunton, Illinois. And I want to say hi to Jim McKay, the owner of McKay Auto Parts. What a great gentleman. What a great business he started and is nurtured. So, Jim McKay, we want to put a salute out to you for being a true American, a successful American. But they're going to have their St. Michael's Oktoberfest on Saturday, October the 3rd, and Sunday, October the 4th in Staunton, Illinois. They're going to have a 5K run, a parade, all-day auctions. They're going to have the Smash Band from 7 to 11 p.m. on Saturday. They're going to have Doc Holliday from 5 to 9 on Sunday. A whole bunch of bands. They're located at exit 41 in Staunton, right off Interstate 55. So if you guys want to have a good time this weekend, go to the St. Michael's Oktoberfest in Staunton, Illinois. Let's keep going here. Benefit ride, all vehicles welcome, and the proceeds will go to the St. Laborie Grade School. That'll be Saturday, October the 10th. Sign-up starts at 11:30. The rides start at the Brick House Bar and Grill across from the big church in St. Laborie. If you have any questions or concerns, I don't know who the hell to call. The Misfit Car Club, having their car show at Jefferson Barracks, sponsored by the Friends of Jefferson Barracks. It'll be this Sunday, October the 4th. If you'd like to get involved, it's at the Jefferson Barracks Amphitheater. If you'd like to get involved, be part of the car show, you can call 314-898 888-866-6655. This Sunday, great little town, Mascoutah Moose Lodge will present Steve Meisner. That'll be Sunday, October the 4th from 1:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Hall's open at 12 noon. It's sponsored by the Mascoutah Moose Lodge and part sponsored by the Southside Auto Body Incorporated and the Moose Lodge of Mascoutah 815. All proceeds will benefit the Mascoutah Food Pantry and Danny Krantz. Thank you very much. You can give him a call at 531-7445 if you want to get involved. Pancake breakfast, all you can eat at the Franklin Lodge in Alton, October the 3rd from 7 to 11 a.m. Don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and or the Grim Reaper of Radio. You can go to our streaming, insanebroadcasting.com. One word, common spelling. Please like us on Facebook at KQQZ 1190 AM or our sister station, KZQZ 1430 AM. You can also hear my repeat performance every day, Monday through Friday at 4 o'clock p.m. right here on the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, or you can hear me at midnight because I will be broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift, all the hardworking people on the midnight shift every night, Monday through Friday at the stroke of midnight. On this date, September the 30th, 1452, the first book was published, Johannes Gutenberg's Bible. On this date, September the 30th, 1630, the first criminal to be executed in the American colonies, John Billingham, was hung in Plymouth, Massachusetts for murder. On this date, September the 30th, 1841, the stapler was patented by Sam Slocum. On this date, September the 30th, 1927, Babe Ruth broke his own major league record when he hit his 60th home run of the season. On this date, September the 30th, 1935, President Roosevelt dedicated Boulder Dam in Nevada. On this date, September the 30th, 1939, the first televised football game was broadcast. On this date, September the 30th, 1939. On this date, September the 30th, 1970, HBO began its nationwide cable programming. That's what happened on this date, September the 30th, throughout all these years in our world's history. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, your guardian of the First Amendment, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot.
From KQQZ 1190 AM, St. Louis, Missouri, USA, you're listening to Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, and proud to be your First Amendment and all-American station, Radical Radio, and we stand tall as the Patriot. Don't forget, this Friday, day after tomorrow, we will be out in Freeburg for the Freeburg-Columbia football game. And we're going to give $500 to the Mighty Midgets of Freeburg, the great people of Freeburg. And again, I want to salute you guys. You stood tall for a cause. You got together. You told those little people, and I say to the little people of America, please grow up. But I say you guys stood tall. The Mighty Midgets, that's a respected term. And you guys are very well respected in Freeburg. But we're going to come out because I know the Little People Association they've made a movement. They've called all the other schools in the district that play the Freeburg Mighty Midgets and asked them to boycott their concession stand. Well, I'm going to put $500 in the concession stand on Friday, so everybody come up. Don't get greedy. Have a hot dog, have a soda, but we're going to make sure that the Mighty Midgets and their booster club, that they don't get hurt because of these little people. We'll be out there Friday night, so come out, get a hot dog and a soda, and watch the Freeburg Mighty Midgets. We want to salute them today and every day because they are mighty for what they did. Rick Stone leaving his coroner's post. But the no-count, low-life, good-for-nothing son of a bitch had a fundraiser. On August the 26th. And then a month later, knowing that he's not in the best of health, and I have to say once again, Rick, I hope you live to be 300 so I can aggravate you. All my political enemies, I hope you live forever. I hope your families have great health. Has nothing to do with politics. I keep all the personal issues out. I want to see everybody be successful, everybody's family have a good life. But I know Rick's not in the best of health at this time. And again, I hope he gets better. So he decides to retire, but he has a fundraiser. But see, that's how egregious these bastards are. They don't give a damn. He's going to take everybody's money, but now he don't have to be the coroner. He'll take their money and he'll donate it to other politicians, which will keep him a big shot. Now, if somebody's going to donate something, don't take like Kern does at Christmas time, has everybody bring toys and whatever, and then he takes them down to East St. Louis like he's God. He's going to pass out. Take all the money out of your pocket, and then, Mark Sweet Cakes Kern, take credit for giving something away. Don't get donations from everybody else, and then you take credit when you disperse that money. Same way with you, Rick Stone. You had a fundraiser. Rick, will you give me a call? I'd like to talk to you. Haven't talked to you for a while. Give me a call, Rick, because I know you guys all listen up at the courthouse. 394-1190. And just tell me and the good people of St. Clair County why the hell you would disrespect everybody knowing that you were going to retire. And I knew 3 months ago you were going to retire, because if not, you were going to get a lot of legal wrath for everything you've done. That's going to be your legacy, Rick. Took the county car, 8-10 years, served papers, made your money. And the most egregious thing is when you say, I didn't know I couldn't do that. Rick Stone, you're stupid, but you're not that stupid. But anyway, Rick, why would you have a fundraiser at Cutter's? Take all your supporters' money, the people that have been supporting you. Why would you insult them? Why would you embarrass them? Why would you disrespect them? You know why, Rick? Because you've acclimated yourself to the St. Clair County Democratic Central Committee. You become a member of the culture of corruption. You guys don't give a damn about anyone but yourselves. The people of St. Clair County have found that out. And Rick, I don't think you could win next time. I think you were smart. You didn't want to be embarrassed. People have found you out. They found out Mike Costello. They found out Mark Sweet Cakes Kern. They've definitely found out Cahilia Dixon Clay. They tell me that she's raised the fees one more time. People don't understand that, but they see it when they get their bills from their attorneys. But Rick, just want to know, why the hell would you have a fundraiser, take everyone's money like all the Democrats do, and then say that you're going to retire? Cahokia. I saw it on Channel 2 last night. A lot of good friends, Jerry Nichols, Gary Carnwell, Jesse, a lot of good people in Cahokia fighting the cause out there on the ultimate plantation Negro, Curtis McCall Sr. But Rich Duncan was elected Cahokia Village Clerk. So everybody says, Rich Duncan, he's giving money back. What a great political leader. He's giving money back of his salary, cut his salary in half from $15,000 to $7,500. Oh, that's great that Rich Duncan did that. No, it's not, people. He's giving you the old okey-fa-doke. We're finding out. We're going to try to get a Freedom Information. Rich Duncan is on some kind I'll allege this, allegedly on some kind of disability pension. He can only make so much money. So what he's done is, number one, circumvented the state constitution that says you can't lower your salary while in office. And number two, in my opinion, that he's circumventing his disability pension because you can only make so much. And I believe, don't know for a fact, we're going to find out, I believe that Rich Duncan is circumventing that law. And you people understand what I'm saying. If I'm on disability and I make $40,000 on disability, and I'm sure that's what he's getting, $50,000, don't know for sure, and they say, hey, you can only make $7,000 or $7,500 a year because you've got a big disability pension, I say, okay, well, I want to run for village clerk, so I gotta do something, because if I make that $15,000, I lose my $40,000 pension. And I'm using hypothetical numbers, of course. Maybe even more than that he's getting on a disability pension. But you can only make so much. So I believe he's saying, well, I'll take half the salary. Number one, the Illinois Constitution says you can't do that. It's a violation of the law, and I think there may be a lawsuit coming. But number two, it's not like he's giving the money back to the people of Cahokia. He's hiring his wife, giving her the money. So the money's staying in the family. Do you understand that? The money's staying in the Duncan family. He's not cutting his salary and giving it back so the community can have an extra $7,500 a year. He's cutting his salary so he can hire his wife. Did anybody else in Cahokia get the opportunity to apply for the assistant village clerk? Rich Duncan, what a piece of crap you are. What disrespect you have shown to the people of Cahokia. So when somebody says, oh, he give up half his salary, that's bull crap. He gave up nothing. I believe he circumvented his disability pension so he can still get his pension and only make the maximum that he can make, which apparently is $7,500 if it's $15,000 salary and he's cutting it in half. Oh, that's great. That's just the first part of the story. Oh, he's giving back $7,500. No. He's putting it in a salary for his wife, who I know is probably not qualified other than sleeping with that greasy son of a bitch. So you people of Cahokia, once again, you got okey-fadoked. He's not doing anything for you. He's doing something to you, and it ain't pretty. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's by-state voice of freedom, radical radio at its finest. And we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot.
From KQQZ 1190 AM, St. Louis, Missouri, USA, you're listening to Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's by-state voice of freedom, radical radio. And we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. I've got a guest here with me, but hold on. We'll go ahead and take the call. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Hi, Bob. This is Ken Deere.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you doing?
Fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. I was just listening to your radio station, and this whole thing with Rich Duncan, I know you said alleged, but I can tell you for a fact, I've had some issues with the Duncans because when I first posted that story, I received threats from Rich Duncan's son on social media. And I actually had to make a police report. And I never went public with this because I really didn't feel it was necessary, but I was in his office, and I was asking for something else, and he got really ignorant with me. And so I got into kind of a heated argument with them, and his wife was in there. And in this argument, she told me that he could only make a certain amount of money because he was on disability.
That's right.
That came out of her mouth. And also, she's getting paid $32,000 a year. She's not getting paid the other $7,500.
You know what, ma'am? Great point. Great point.
So I just wanted to let you know that.
Well, thank you very much. Listen, let me, and that lady, I appreciate the call. Really insightful. But I have to tell you, ma'am, ignorant people get ignorant, and the Duncans are ignorant. But you're right, it wasn't his wife's going to make the other $7,500. She's making $7,500, and whatever else goes up to the $34,000, $35,000. Plus, don't forget, there's insurance, there's benefits, there's pension. So everybody in Cahokia, I don't give a damn if you like Rich Duncan or not, you need to call their office, because I think the old okey-doke is going on at the cost of probably $50,000, $60,000 a year that you good people in Cahokia are funding. That's what happens when you have the culture of corruption, and the McCalls are right up there with the sweet cakes, Kern, the God Spragues, the John Red on the noodle like a pecker on the poodle. And we'll talk about that later, but people, remember, 2016, it's time for a change, and everyone can have their voice heard. With me, and I want to salute and congratulate him, Mr. Ed Cockrell, New Athens' finest, New Athens Township Supervisor and County Board Member from that area. People out there are fortunate to have you, Ed, because I see you fighting these bastards, and that's in my words, not yours, fighting these bastards every day. And you and Frank Allegenstein had brought up about we need everyone to say the Pledge of Allegiance. You guys spearheaded that, but then I was told that two of Kern's cronies made the motion and seconded the motion like it was something that they did. How egregious, how does that crap go on in St. Clair County, Ed?
It just does, Bob. It's Kern County, and, those are the Kool-Aid drinkers, and that's what happens. I mean, but the bottom line is the county boards and commissions from now on will have to start their meetings with the Pledge of Allegiance, as they should. And it's a shame we should have to tell them to do that, but no longer can anybody take that under advisement. They're going to have to do it.
You know what, that fat ass, in my words, not Ed Cockrell's, that fat ass, no good for nothing, rotten bastard Rich Sojay, I don't think that lazy son of a bitch, I don't think he wanted to get up and say the Pledge of Allegiance unless he made some money. There's a greedy, in my opinion, that's the greediest bastard. He's the head of the airport commission. He's on the airport commission in St. Louis. And all this crap happens, Ed. And you're right. You guys had to take time out to let everybody take their time out to understand and respect this country. Only in America. And I say these rotten bastards get away with it because of our freedoms.
Yeah. There was another point of contention at the county board meeting. We approved the holiday schedule, and it had spring holiday instead of Good Friday. So I made a motion that we change the name from spring holiday to Good Friday, because we celebrate Christmas and Christmas Eve.
That's true.
As part of the holiday schedule, and it failed. But we did get 10 votes with one present vote. So.
Now, why? What was the contention of not making it good?
That there's contracts and all this legality stuff. I said just put a slash by it. Call it the same thing. But we can celebrate Christmas and Christmas Eve, but not Good Friday, and that's for Christians. So right. I think those are Christian holidays. So anyway, it is. That's because Mr. Kern said it wasn't going to pass, and it didn't. So
I'll tell you what, Ed. I know you've been fighting those guys, and I just hope. And I know you do too, that in 2016, that the people will understand what the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition is all about. The Freedom Coalition, which you are a major factor in, a major contributor, a major supporter. Do you think the people will wise up and understand and research it? And in 2016, let's go another direction, because the same direction we've been going for 30, 40, 50 years ain't getting us nowhere.
Well, I think politically, Bob, people are looking that different is not necessarily wrong. And we're going to capitalize on that. And, I don't think things are as partisan as they used to be. And you can look at Washington, D.C. and Springfield and find that out. So in St. Clair County, I think, the Freedom Coalition, their main theme or their motto is vote for the person, not the party. And I think whoever's going to get up there and do a good job, Democrats, Republicans, Independents, it doesn't make any difference. Do for the people. Fight the good fight and do what's right. That's what we're all about here.
I like that. Fight the fight and do what's right. And that's what the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition is all about. But you're right, Ed. Back in the day, you got to be a Democrat. You got to be a Republican. And I would say this. At one point in time, years back, I was of the Democratic persuasion. But this Democratic organization for the last 20, 25 years is not the true Democratic organization that it started out to be. These guys don't do anything but take care of their family, their friends. They don't give a damn about anybody. They go down to East St. Louis, and they disrespect the people that actually put them in office. And I think the proud people of East St. Louis, Washington Park, Centerville, Allerton, Cahokia, I think they're tired of this crap.
I think you're right, Bob. And not just there. Centerville, Allerton, Cahokia, New Athens, all over the county. Marissa, Lindsborg, Mascoutah, Lebanon, I think Fairview Heights, O'Fallon, they're all tired of it. The whole county's tired of it. So let's do what's right. Let's fight the good fight and do what's right.
Well, you're right. They can't run on principle because they have none. They can't run on what they've done because if they do, the people of St. Clair County will run them out of office. I don't know what their platform's going to be, Ed.
Yeah, it's hard to say, Bob. We don't have any control over that. What we do have control over is pointing out what they've done and what they haven't done in the past.
Yeah.
And it's time to move ahead.
It is time to move ahead, and you keep us informed, Ed. I appreciate you stopping by. Let's get on a lighter note. I'm going to be out in Freeburg on Friday. I talked with the mayor out there, great Spicer, great gentleman, great community of Freeburg. I salute them for being true Americans. But we're going to give, through the radio station and the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, $500 because the little people of America, who none of them live in Freeburg, who always want to stir up crap like a lot of these organizations, we're going to give $500 to the Booster Club or whoever does the concession. So people come out on us and get a free hot dog soda, but we're standing tall for the Freeburg people who stood very tall and didn't back down for such a stupid situation.
Well, I think people, and part of my district includes some of Freeburg, Freeburg High School district. Everybody has a right to free speech in this country, and you're. Yeah,
but not to disrupt people. Free speech and disruption is two things.
Exactly. But you can go before a public body and you have the right to free speech as long as you're not intending. But, the thing is, the people of Freeburg, that was never meant as a derogatory thing. And I know quite a few people, little people, dwarfs, and things throughout the country and throughout the world for that matter. And I don't think they would necessarily agree, but you've got an organization thinking they can speak for all its membership, and I don't think that's the case. And the people of Freeburg said what they had to say. They came, sent petitions that, 500, 600, 700 people that said, no, we like our school mascot, and that's fine.
Yeah. I said, Ed, several times, somebody's not going to have a mascot like the Freeburg crap bums or the Freeburg criminals. When you get a mascot name, it's something endearing. It's something that you respect. And I think the people of Freeburg ought to be saluted for representing and respecting the little people of America.
Well, it all goes back, Bob, to 75 or 80 years ago when they were short people in stature playing a game that's normally meant for tall people.
Yeah.
I mean, and that wasn't meant derogatory. It was actually a rallying point for their people.
Right, yeah.
So, if you look at the historical context, it's not meant derogatory or anything like that. And you can get all the medical debate and all that stuff, but it doesn't worth it because nobody listens to that anymore.
No,
it's all about emotion.
That political correct crap going away. But that motivated the smaller little school, and that was symbolic of Freeburg.
Yeah, Bob, I need to give a shout out. A young man, he's either 20 or 21, lost his leg yesterday.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
From New Athens, fine family down there, the Brandenburgers. I'll be going to see him in the hospital. Tyler, you hang in there, and life goes on without a limb. I'm living proof of that. Yeah. And we'll come and see you and let you know how we can take care of business.
Yeah. So. You know what, Ed? I'm going to be perfectly honest and candid. I didn't know that you had a leg amputated. When you have your pants on, hell, you walk as proud as anybody else. So,
Takes a lot of work, Bob. They make pretty good limbs these days.
Yeah.
But anytime any young person is hurt or injured or dies, for that matter, we've had some pretty tough luck in New Athens this year, and had a young man get killed from New Athens mower accident in a lake here up there.
I remember that. Yeah, how tragic.
And Connor, your family, we pray for them too. So, anyway, let's hang in there. Like I said, the theme: vote for the person, not the party. Fight the good fight and do what's right, and you'll be fine.
Hey, and you're going to be out with us in Freeburg on.
I'm going to try to get there, Bob. I'm going to be coming back from an out-of-town trip that day, but I'm going to try to get back there. 7 o'clock, you said?
If the game starts at 7, we're going to get out there about 6. And if you can't make it, I know, though, you'll be there in mind and spirit. So everybody, come on out and join the Freeburg Midgets this Friday against Columbia High School. Show your support, not against the little people of America, but for the stand-up people of Freeburg, Illinois. We salute you. Thank you very much. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. Come on back tomorrow. If I'm around, I'll be fighting these rotten, no-count, lousy son of a bitches day in and day out, people. The world wars weren't won overnight, and there's a lot of casualties, and there will be casualties in this political war of 2016. But I am a crazy son of a bitch, but what I say is true, and you know it. We're getting more and more people involved through the St. Clair County Coalition, and even if you don't want to be a member of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, take their philosophy. Vote the person, not the party. Don't vote because somebody's got an R or a D behind his name because they're related to somebody. Vote for the person who's going to help you and your family out of these dire straits. Vote for the person who's going to put this country on the right track, back on the right track that we've been off of for so long. And we can do this together, people, united. We can continue to expose, to drag these no-count, rotten, political, parasitical punks we call politicians and destroy them forever. Politically, of course. Right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time. And I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats. And they're coming to take me away, ha-ha.
The Patriot.
Your First Amendment and All-American Station. A division of Insane Broadcasting. Renegade Radio.
KQQZ, St. Louis.